Hello and welcome to our channel dedicated to the secrets and mysteries of royal families. Today we delve into the fascinating world of one of the most daring princesses of our time. If you enjoy discovering spectacular transformations and sensational style choices, this video will captivate you. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your interactions greatly help us grow this passionate community. In this exclusive video, we explore 12 absolutely striking short hairstyles of Princess Charlene of Monaco, the former swimming champion who has become one of the most modern and controversial royal figures of our time. Each cut tells a story, reveals a facet of her personality, and sometimes even sends a message to the world. Get ready to discover transformations that have generated a lot of buzz in the international press. Princess Charlene, born Charlene Wittstock in South Africa, has always had a special relationship with her hair. Unlike other princesses who generally sport long, classic hairstyles, Charlene has made short hair her signature, her standard of modernity in a royal world often stuck in tradition. This bold approach to hairstyling perfectly reflects her personality, straightforward, authentic, and resolutely contemporary. Let's first go back to her beginnings on the Monegasque stage. When Charlene met Prince Albert II in 2000 during the Francophone Games, she was already sporting a relatively short cut, practical for a high-level athlete. This first cut, a slightly layered bob that brushed her shoulders, already signaled her preference for functional yet elegant styles. Her ash blonde hair perfectly frames her finely featured face, creating a natural harmony that won't go unnoticed by the future prince. Over the years leading up to their wedding in 2011, Charlene experimented with different short hair lengths. At the 2000 Sydney Olympics, where she represented South Africa in swimming, her very short, sleek cut revealed her practical and sporty side. This hairstyle, almost masculine in its simplicity, shocked some observers but seduced with its authenticity. It was the cut of a woman unafraid to embrace her difference, who favored efficiency over conventional seduction. The most remarkable transformation came shortly before her royal wedding. In 2011, Charlene adopted a sophisticated mid-length cut that more closely adhered to traditional royal codes. This temporary concession to Monegasque conventions didn't last long. In the months following the ceremony, she gradually returned to her short hair, as if asserting her right to remain herself despite her new status. One of the most memorable hairstyles appeared in 2013, at a charity gala in Monaco. Charlene surprised everyone with a short, asymmetrical bob, longer on one side, which brought a rock and modern dimension to her princely look. This avant-garde cut caused a sensation in the international celebrity press. Some saw it as an act of rebellion against royal etiquette, others as a simple expression of her creative personality. This asymmetry quickly became a trend in hair salons around the world. In 2014, Charlene's bold new look was inspired by contemporary men's cuts, with a very short cut on the sides and longer on top. This androgynous hairstyle was both controversial and divisive. While some critics saw it as inappropriately feminine for a princess, her supporters applauded her courage in breaking stereotypes. This cut coincided with a period of intense commitment to Charlene's charitable work, particularly her foundation dedicated to preventing child drowning. The year 2015 marked a turning point with the appearance of an ultra-short pixie cut that revolutionized her image. This hairstyle, popularized by actresses such as Audrey Hepburn and, more recently, Emma Watson, gave Charlene a timeless elegance blended with striking modernity. The pixie cut perfectly highlighted her high cheekbones and piercing blue eyes. This transformation coincided with a period of high media visibility for the princess, who made numerous public appearances and official engagements. The evolution continued in 2016 with an even more radical version of the short cut. The hair, cut very close to the skull on the sides with just a few longer strands on top, created a decidedly punk chic look that caused a scandal in conservative European circles. This hairstyle coincided with a difficult period in her personal life, marked by persistent rumors about her marriage and her adjustment to life in Monaco. Some observers see it as a form of expression of his discomfort, a way of regaining control over his image. In 2017, Charlene opted for a softer approach with a short, textured cut that added volume and movement to her fine hair. This more feminine take on her usual hairstyles coincided with the public first steps of her twins, Jacques and Gabriella. Motherhood seems to have brought a newfound serenity to the princess, who finds a balance between her bold style and the demands of her maternal role. 2018 saw the debut of a short, tapered cut with straight bangs that dramatically frame her face. This hairstyle, inspired by Parisian haute couture trends, demonstrates that Charlene remains on top of the latest fashions while maintaining her signature hairstyle. The bangs add a youthful dimension to her look, creating a striking contrast with the sophistication of her formal attire. In 2019, she experimented with a short, layered cut that played on contrasting lengths. Shorter at the back and progressively longer towards the front, this sculptural hairstyle literally transformed her face. This period also marked a renewed activity for the princess, who increased her official travels and charitable engagements. Her hairstyle became a true fashion accessory, perfectly suited to her various appearances. The year 2020, marked by the global pandemic, saw Charlene adopt an even more radical cut. Constrained like everyone else by lockdowns and restrictions, she opted for a cut that was easy to maintain. This ultra-minimalist version of her previous cuts reveals a woman who adapted to circumstances while maintaining her unique style. The few public appearances during this period show a princess determined to maintain her commitments despite the difficulties. In 2021, the year that marks her 10th wedding anniversary with Prince Albert, Charlene once again surprised everyone with an extremely asymmetrical haircut. One side of her head is shaved very short while the other remains medium length, creating a striking contrast that doesn't go unnoticed. This daring hairstyle coincides with a period of personal transformation for the princess, who is undergoing significant health challenges. Some see it as a metaphor for her constant duality between royal conformity and self-expression. The 12th and final cut in our selection appears in 2022, during her gradual return to the public eye after a long absence for health reasons. This short, demure, perfectly structured cut perhaps marks a new phase in Charlene's stylistic evolution. More classic than her previous experiments, she nevertheless retains the signature short cut that sets her apart from other members of European royal families. Each of these 12 hairstyles tells a chapter in Charlene's life, reflecting her moods, her challenges, and her personal triumphs. They bear witness to a woman who refused to be confined by the traditional codes of royalty, who made her hair a means of artistic and personal expression. This revolutionary approach to royal hairstyling inspired thousands of women around the world to dare to wear short hair, to embrace their aesthetic choices even when they were disruptive. Beyond the purely aesthetic aspect, Charlene's hair choices reveal a fascinating psychological dimension. Each hairstyle seems to correspond to a specific period in her life, as if she were using her hair to mark the important stages of her transformation from South African athlete to European princess. This symbolic use of hairstyles shows a woman aware of the impact of her image and capable of using it as a communication tool. Charlene's influence on hair trends extends far beyond Monaco. Her short cuts have inspired millions of women to take the plunge and dare to undergo a radical transformation. Hair salons around the world have seen clients requesting the Charlene cut in its various versions. This fashion influence is a testament to the power of public figures to transform beauty standards and encourage individual expression. It is remarkable how Charlene has succeeded in making short hair a symbol of modern femininity. Where long hair was traditionally synonymous with feminine beauty, she demonstrated that a short cut could be just as seductive, elegant, and regal. This aesthetic revolution is part of a broader movement of female emancipation, where women are claiming the right to define their own beauty. Reactions to her hair transformations also reveal the persistent tensions surrounding societal expectations of women in positions of authority. Each of Charlene's new hairstyles generates heated debates on social media and in the press, revealing how our societies remain attached to the traditional codes of royal femininity. These recurring controversies demonstrate that her choices go beyond simple aesthetics to touch on deeper representations of power and gender. Charlene's stylistic evolution coincides with her growing charitable commitments, particularly in the fields of child protection and aquatic education. Her practical short cuts accompany her humanitarian trips, her field visits, and her participation in sporting events. This consistency between style and commitment reinforces the authenticity of her public image. Her appearances alongside other members of royal families always create striking contrasts. When she poses with princesses with traditional hairstyles, Charlene embodies a modernity that transcends protocol. This visual difference reinforces her status as an atypical princess, a 21st-century royal figure who embraces her particularities. The impact of her hairstyle choices on Monaco's image is also notable. The principality, long associated with classic glamour embodied by Grace Kelly, finds in Charlene a new ambassador who projects a more contemporary and dynamic image. This evolution of Monaco's visual identity accompanies the economic and cultural transformation of this city-state. The photographers and stylists who work with Charlene attest to her ability to adapt her shortcuts to different clothing styles. Whether for sophisticated gala outfits or casual looks for sporting events, her shortcuts blend perfectly with all stylistic styles. This hair versatility is a major asset for a public figure with multiple wardrobe requirements. Maintaining these shortcuts requires specific technical expertise that few hairdressers have mastered. Charlene calls upon the best international professionals to maintain the precision of her cuts, helping to raise the technical standards of short women's hairstyling. This high-quality standard has a positive impact on the entire profession. Her sons, Jacques and Gabriella, grew up watching their mother embrace her own aesthetic choices, receiving a powerful message about the importance of personal authenticity. This transmission of values by example is perhaps the most valuable legacy of Charlene's hair experiments. Please tell us in the comments which of Princess Charlene's hairstyles made the biggest impression on you, and if you've ever dared to take the plunge and become inspired by her boldness. After discovering these 12 spectacular transformations, one question remains. Does Princess Charlene really use her hairstyles to send us hidden messages about her private life?